Every day we drove to Randwick from the Shire. It is not a fun drive. It can be exciting in the morning when you wake up and like, oh, this is it, I'm going to go see my daughter, it's going to be a wonderful day, but the drive home is always horrible. You've left your daughter. Yes, she's in the safest hands ever. Yes, she's with amazing carers and doctors, and if anything happens, they're there, but you're not there, and that is really tough. That was one of the hardest parts of the journey, really.
This is Amelia, and we ended up at the Royal because this little one was born about 10 weeks premature.
We had always wanted a family since we first met, so surrogacy was the path we chose to take.
Our surrogate got pregnant on her first round of IVF in January 2022, and our little miracle here is the result.
I'm Chris.
I'm Liam. It's about 4 years ago, my sister agreed to donate some eggs for us, and we created some embryos with Chris's sperm. We were involved in a surrogacy program based in Canada for a couple of years, and unfortunately we had a few false starts, things that didn't quite work out. And then here, almost about 2 years ago, a friend that lives here in Sydney volunteered to step in and be a surrogate for us. Our surrogate had some health complications, and they decided that for her safety that Amelia needed to be born by emergency cesarean at about 30 weeks.
The first time seeing Amelia was, it was difficult to describe because there were so many feelings. There was terror and fear because there were so many potential complications, but happiness and joy, and it was just the most extreme of every possible emotion ever. I haven't got the words.
You feel very vulnerable because you immediately have this incredibly precious and beautiful thing that are out in the world, and you realise so much you have to lose because of just how beautiful she was. We were lucky enough to be able to tour through the NICU. The hospital assigned us a social worker and a midwife consultant that sat down and included us in all the planning processes along with our surrogate.
For babies like Amelia, and for every baby that comes into our unit, they need very, very specialised individual care. This might include lots of doctors, nurses, social workers, speech pathologists, dietitians, a huge team of people all coming together to provide the best possible care for each baby and their families.
The staff there were incredible. We had fantastic and brilliant doctors who are specialists and took amazing care of Amelia when she needed to have a blood transfusion that she did at one point, which is just a fairly normal part for preemie babies. They took us aside and explained everything to us, made sure that we had all of our questions answered, which was fantastic. And then the nursing staff being there, making sure that she was taken care of, that we were okay, and that we were taking care of ourselves, because you don't tend to take great care of yourself when you're thinking about somebody else like this. So yeah, they were just truly wonderful and really, really welcoming, particularly making us feel at home because we were a bit of a different family unit. But yeah, that was no difference, and never ever felt anything other than completely welcomed and accepted as part of that process.
We were in the NICU for 35 days at the Royal with little Amelia. She was there growing, on breathing support, having feeding support as well, and each day getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, she actually ended up being discharged out of intensive care on Father's Day, which was a pretty special day. So we came in and the nurses and staff there had made Father's Day cards for Chris and I with, they'd taken a photo of Amelia wearing a little crown and made a card for us, which was, beautiful. It was quite emotional first Father's Day. And
the nurses did that?
Yeah.
I thought that was Amelia. I thought you did that.
And then, about lunchtime-ish, they came around and told us that all of the tests had come back, that she could be discharged from intensive care, and she was being moved to a nursery a bit closer to home, which was, really, really amazing and a great gift for Father's Day. Donate before June 30 so that you can help babies like Amelia.